At 60 and beyond, life offers many things: perspective, wisdom, experience. But for millions of men, it also brings something far less welcome: fatigue. That slow, creeping exhaustion that shows up by midday. The dip in physical performance, the loss of focus, the awkward silence where confidence used to be. As a physician who has spent over 3 decades studying aging and male physiology, I can assure you what you're feeling is not a failure of character, and it's certainly not something you just have to accept. That drained feeling, the shortness of breath after stairs, the decreased motivation to exercise or connect intimately, it's not the new normal. It's a sign that your body is whispering for help. Now here's the good news. Nature has already provided a set of answers. Not in a bottle, not in a pill, but in something simpler, accessible, delicious, and clinically effective. 3 kinds of nuts. Yes, you heard that correctly. Walnuts, pistachios, Brazil nuts. In this guide, we're not going to talk about vague ideas of eating healthier. We're going to talk about how specific compounds in these nuts, arginine, selenium, omega-3s, and more, can directly restore your energy, increase testosterone production, improve blood flow, and even enhance sexual performance. You'll meet men in their 60s and 70s who regain their vitality, not through prescriptions, but through purpose, and a powerful nutritional protocol centered around just 3 superfoods. But this isn't a magic bullet plan. It's a science-driven blueprint for reclaiming your natural rhythm. And that starts with understanding how aging impacts your energy and how the right daily fuel can reverse that trend. Let's begin with the king of circulation and oxygen delivery, the walnut. At its core, energy is circulation. Every ounce of vigor, every thought, every movement depends on blood flow, on your body's ability to deliver oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to the tissues that need them. But here's the uncomfortable truth. As men age, their circulation begins to slow. The blood vessels stiffen. Nitric oxide production, the molecule that allows vessels to dilate and blood to move freely, begins to decline. This doesn't just impact athletic endurance. It affects cognition, sexual function, immune response, and mood. The result? You wake up slower. You get winded easier. You may feel less responsive in intimate moments, or just less yourself. This is where walnuts become transformative. Walnuts contain a powerful amino acid called L-arginine. In your body, arginine is converted into nitric oxide, a vasodilator that helps expand blood vessels and improve blood flow. In young men, nitric oxide production is robust. But after 60, levels drop by up to 50%, often silently. By adding just 1 to 2 ounces of walnuts daily to your diet, you're fueling your body with a rich supply of arginine to restore nitric oxide pathways. This means better circulation to your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, your reproductive system. But that's not all. Walnuts are also an exceptional source of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid known for its cardiovascular and anti-inflammatory benefits. ALA helps reduce arterial stiffness, lower bad cholesterol, and improve endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of your arteries. Let me tell you about John, a 70-year-old former firefighter and avid cyclist who began noticing that his endurance had diminished. I could barely keep up with my walking group, he told me. He also admitted to feeling a sense of decline in the bedroom and frustration with how little energy he had by afternoon. We didn't start with a prescription. We started with his plate. I recommended he begin each day with 7 to 8 raw walnuts, either stirred into his oatmeal or eaten as a mid-morning snack. That was it. Within 3 weeks, he reported measurable improvements. He no longer needed his afternoon nap. He could complete a 5-mile walk without exhaustion. He and his partner rekindled intimacy, something he thought was in the past. No hormone shots, no medications, just consistent nitric oxide support from nature. Here's how to use walnuts effectively. Dose matters, you don't need to overdo it. 1 ounce, about 7 to 9 walnuts daily, is optimal. Raw or lightly roasted is best. Avoid honey-roasted or salted varieties. Pair with vitamin C-rich fruits like berries or kiwi to enhance absorption. Eat them in the morning or afternoon for a circulation boost that carries you through the day. Bonus, walnuts also contain melatonin, which helps regulate sleep cycles, supporting nighttime recovery and hormonal balance. It's important to understand that no nutrient works in isolation. The anti-inflammatory effect of omega-3s complements the vasodilation effect of arginine. The result isn't just better blood flow, it's more efficient nutrient delivery to all systems. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. With the right nutritional signals, the body knows how to heal. And if circulation is the river of vitality, then walnuts are its engineer, quietly widening the banks, strengthening the flow, and helping you reclaim the vigor that age tried to take away. Let's talk about something that too often stays locked in a drawer of silence for men over 60: performance. Not just physical stamina, not just sexual drive, but performance in the broadest sense. The ability to rise, to respond, to feel deeply connected to your own body and your partner again. For many men, that part of life starts to feel like it's fading. The spark dims, not out of disinterest, but out of frustration. The body doesn't respond the way it used to. Desire is there, but the mechanics falter. What if I told you that hidden inside a small, green, lightly salted shell lies one of nature's most elegant solutions: pistachios? Yes, pistachios, the same snack you may have tossed on a cheese board or bought by the bag. But as a physician who studied endothelial health, testosterone biology, and erectile physiology for decades, I can tell you this: pistachios are potent medicine in disguise. They contain arginine, just like walnuts, boosting nitric oxide to relax blood vessels and improve blood flow, especially to the regions where circulation matters most during intimacy. They're rich in monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which help reduce LDL cholesterol, improve vascular elasticity, and support the entire cardiovascular network that powers performance. They also provide vitamin B6, a critical cofactor for testosterone synthesis and neurotransmitter production, helping regulate mood, energy, and libido, all essential to a man's sense of vitality. Let me share Mark's story. At 69, Mark came to me in a private consultation, visibly embarrassed. "I feel like a shadow of myself," he said. "I still desire intimacy with my wife, but my body doesn't show up the way it used to." He wasn't on any medications, but stress and age had taken their toll. I asked him one question: "What if we try a natural approach before we consider anything else?" He agreed. I prescribed just one change: add 20 to 30 pistachios to his daily intake. That's it. No pills, no interventions. Within 2 weeks, Mark returned with a smile and a quiet confession: "I feel 20 years younger. It's not just physical. I'm laughing more. My wife noticed I stand taller. That's not magic. That's biology working in alignment." A 2011 study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research followed men who consumed pistachios daily for 3 weeks. The results were astonishing: significant improvement in erectile function scores, increased penile blood flow, as shown by Doppler ultrasound, and improved lipid profiles with lower LDL and higher HDL. No pharmaceutical drug, just pistachios. Here's how to use them. A small handful, about 1.5 ounces or 20 to 30 nuts, is sufficient. Midday is best, especially as an afternoon snack when energy tends to dip. Eat them raw or dry roasted without salt or sugar. Avoid overly processed or flavored versions. Bonus tip: combine pistachios with a small amount of dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao. The flavonoids in cocoa amplify nitric oxide production and work synergistically with pistachios. Most men assume testosterone is purely hormonal, but in truth, testosterone needs a responsive vascular system. Without healthy blood flow, hormones can't reach their destination. Pistachios support both ends of the equation. They improve nitric oxide for better blood flow and nourish your endocrine system for hormone balance. This dual action makes them a potent performance enhancer, one that comes without side effects, prescriptions, or shame. Perhaps most importantly, pistachios give something back to men that no medication can promise: confidence. Not false bravado, not ego, but the quiet, unshakable sense that your body still works with you, not against you. And when you feel confident in your physicality, every part of life improves: your work, your relationships, your joy. There's a certain moment for many men, often around the age of 60, when you wake up and realize something has shifted. You're not depressed, you're not ill, but something feels missing. The edge is gone. Your drive feels dimmed. You sleep, but it's not as restorative. Workouts don't energize like they once did. And that intimate, unshakable sense of being in your prime, it's faded. If this sounds familiar, I want to tell you something important. It's not your fault. This is not weakness. This is not laziness. It's hormones, specifically testosterone. And it's time to reclaim it naturally. Enter the mighty Brazil nut. Brazil nuts are the single richest dietary source of selenium on Earth. This trace mineral doesn't get a lot of headlines, but it's doing critical work supporting testosterone synthesis, enhancing sperm motility, and health supporting thyroid balance, which regulates metabolism and mood, and acting as a powerful antioxidant, especially for the prostate. A single Brazil nut contains over 100% of your recommended daily intake of selenium, but more isn't better. 1 to 2 nuts a day is optimal. As we age, selenium levels tend to drop, especially in men with chronic inflammation fatigue or those recovering from illness. Low selenium means disrupted hormone production, which means reduced testosterone, affecting drive, muscle mass, bone density, mood, libido, and confidence. David, age 70, came to me with classic signs of low testosterone fatigue, decreased libido, loss of muscle tone, and brain fog. He wasn't interested in hormone therapy, yet he wanted to try nutrition first. So I introduced 1 daily Brazil nut paired with magnesium and a morning walk. 3 weeks later, he called me. "I can feel my body again," he said. "I'm clearer, sharper, and I'm waking up with energy for the first time in years." His labs showed a 17% increase in free testosterone. His mood told the rest of the story. This wasn't just about testosterone. It was about hope. Beyond selenium, Brazil nuts also contain zinc, another testosterone-supporting mineral, magnesium for relaxation, and muscle health, vitamin E, a key antioxidant that protects hormone receptors and healthy fats, which help transport fat-soluble vitamins and support heart health. Together, these nutrients create a hormone-supporting symphony inside your body. Start with 1 Brazil nut per day in the morning, after brushing your teeth and before coffee or breakfast. Don't eat more than 2 per day regularly to avoid selenium toxicity. Combine with vitamin C-rich foods like berries or citrus to enhance absorption and antioxidant synergy. Bonus, pair your Brazil nut with a simple, deep breathing routine to calm cortisol and make space for hormonal recovery. Selenium doesn't give you testosterone. It gives your body what it needs to make its own. And there's a difference. Because real energy doesn't come from external stimulation. It comes from internal restoration. Testosterone is more than a sex hormone. It's a life hormone. It gives men their vitality, decisiveness, creativity, focus, and emotional resilience. Brazil nuts help bring that back. If you're tired of quick fixes that don't last, wary of synthetic hormone therapies, ready to reclaim your edge naturally, then this is your signal. A single nut each day can become your quiet act of revolution. What's more powerful than a single superfood, a synergistic combination of superfoods, each enhancing the effects of the others? That's the principle behind what I call the Vitality Trio. For men over 60, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. Individually, they offer targeted benefits for energy, circulation, hormone support, and sexual performance. But when combined strategically, like components of a well-composed symphony, they create a holistic upgrade to your physiology. Energy is not just about caffeine. It's about oxygen blood flow hormone regulation. Walnuts improve circulation through nitric oxide production. Pistachios enhance blood vessel dilation and support erectile function. Brazil nuts restore testosterone and hormonal balance via selenium. Each nut targets a specific mechanism of vitality. Together they feed into a cycle. Better blood flow delivers nutrients and oxygen more efficiently. Hormones signal the body to use energy and recover faster. Reduced inflammation means your systems work more harmoniously. This is functional medicine at its finest, treating the whole system, not isolated symptoms. Start your day with 1 to 2 Brazil nuts in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach, to support testosterone production and prime your hormonal engine. In the early afternoon, when energy typically dips, reach for 20 to 30 pistachios to sustain energy, mental focus, and blood flow. End your day with a small handful of walnuts, 5 to 7 pieces after dinner, or as an evening snack, rich in omega-3s, melatonin, and anti-inflammatory compounds, supporting heart health and restful sleep. Michael, age 70, had tried every supplement under the sun, ginseng, masa, L-arginine. Nothing stuck. Then I gave him the Vitality Trio routine. Within 3 weeks, his energy was up 25% measured by simple pedometer step counts. His morning erections returned without pills. He reported fewer mood dips, better focus, and improved sleep quality. It's like my system was missing a rhythm, he told me. Now it's humming again. Walnuts provide arginine for nitric oxide and vascular function, omega-3s for reduced inflammation, and better recovery, and melatonin for enhanced sleep quality. Pistachios offer arginine and B6 for testosterone support and energy antioxidants for reduced oxidative stress, and plant sterols for improved cholesterol and vascular integrity. Brazil nuts deliver selenium for optimized testosterone synthesis, antioxidants for reduced prostate inflammation, and micronutrient density for restored hormonal signaling. Together, they address low-energy sexual performance issues, poor sleep, and inflammation. You're not patching a hole in the roof. You're rebuilding the foundation. And this approach doesn't require a fancy protocol, just consistency. Add them to smoothies, oatmeal salads, or eat them raw. No overthinking required. This trio is your quiet insurance policy, restoring what stress time and hormonal shifts have taken away. No side effects, no prescriptions, no hidden costs. Just your body doing what it was meant to do with the right fuel. The biggest reason men over 60 don't feel like themselves anymore isn't aging. It's resignation. It's the quiet voice that says, maybe this is just how life is now. It's the shrug that follows. I guess this is what getting older feels like. But here's what I've learned after decades in medicine and human performance science. Biology is responsive. It's not fixed. And often the body hasn't given up. Your mind has. Many men don't realize they've stopped trying. They say things like, "I'm just not sleeping well these days," but haven't changed their evening routine in years. "My energy's low, but I'm just getting older," without reviewing nutrition hormones or stress levels. "I don't feel as strong or confident, but haven't lifted a weight or eaten a clean meal in weeks." There isn't laziness. It's learned helplessness. Society has conditioned men to believe that aging is a one-way downhill slope. But that's simply not true. Aging is a variable, not a verdict. What you do at 60 and beyond matters more than ever. Why? Because every system in your body becomes more sensitive to nutrient quality, sleep consistency, blood flow, movement, and emotional connection. Your response to positive habits is actually enhanced in later life because the margin for improvement is greater. If your testosterone is low, one nutrient tweak can make a huge difference. If your blood flow is sluggish, even one walk per day can unlock vitality. This is not decline. This is high-impact opportunity. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need your doctor to approve a better breakfast. You don't need your partner to motivate you to walk. You don't need society's permission to feel powerful at 68. Start by asking, what do I want my next 10 years to feel like? Then reverse engineer your habits from that vision. Replace discipline with devotion. You don't need to force yourself to eat Brazil nuts or move your body. You need to remember why it matters. Discipline fades, but devotion to your future, your family, your freedom, that sticks. Learn to listen to your body, not just react to it. Don't wait until fatigue becomes collapse. Don't wait until sexual dysfunction becomes despair. Your body whispers long before it screams. Start tuning in. How do you feel after eating? After walking? After a good night's sleep? Track it. Adjust. Respond. That's mastery. Greg, age 69, was the tough guy type. Former military worked construction, didn't believe in health trends. But he hadn't had morning energy in over a year. His drive was down, his confidence slipping. When we first spoke, he said, "Doc, I'm too old for this. It's just life." I handed him a piece of paper with 3 lines. Morning 1, Brazil nut. Afternoon 25 pistachios. Evening 7 walnuts. "No workouts?" he asked. "Not yet," I said. "Just prove to yourself you're worth the effort." 3 weeks later, he called me. "I don't know what's in those nuts," he said, "but I feel like I've woken up from something." It wasn't just the nutrition. It was that he started choosing himself every day. Try this. Every morning, ask yourself, what would a strong, energetic 60-plus man do today? And then do one small thing that aligns with that answer. Each night, look yourself in the mirror and ask, did I honor my body today? Did I support my energy? If yes, celebrate it. If no, course correct tomorrow. No shame, just truth. Stop saying I'm getting old. Start saying I'm refining. Stop saying it's too late. Start saying I'm just getting started. Because the most powerful upgrade isn't in your blood work, it's in your beliefs. Now that we've shifted your mindset, it's time to anchor that shift in a daily routine. Because what you do once doesn't change you. What you do daily does. Let's design your Vitality Day. In the morning, from 6 to 10 a.m., jumpstart testosterone production, mental clarity, and metabolism. Before reaching for your phone stand by a window or step outside. Let 5 to 10 minutes of morning sunlight hit your eyes, no sunglasses to reset your circadian rhythm and improve hormone regulation. Drink 500 milliliters of water with a pinch of sea salt and lemon to rehydrate your cells and stimulate digestion. Eat 1 Brazil nut on an empty stomach for selenium to support testosterone thyroid function and antioxidant capacity. Pair it with 2 boiled eggs or a protein smoothie to stabilize blood sugar. Do 10 minutes of gentle movement, a walk, stretch, or light yoga to regulate insulin sensitivity and prime your muscles and joints. Midday from noon to 2 p.m. sustain energy, mental focus, and blood flow. Have a nutrient-dense lunch with protein, fiber, and colorful vegetables, like grilled salmon with quinoa and sautéed greens, or a chickpea bowl with tahini and roasted veggies. Snack on 25 pistachios rich in arginine healthy fats, vitamin B6, and plant sterols. Pair with green tea or water with cucumber slices. Take a 10-minute post-lunch walk to improve blood sugar regulation and prevent the afternoon energy crash. In the evening from 7 to 9:30 p.m., optimize sleep quality, lower inflammation, and support overnight repair. Keep dinner simple and anti-inflammatory, grilled chicken or lentil soup with steamed vegetables. Avoid large carb-heavy meals that impair deep sleep. Snack on 7 walnuts, rich in arginine, omega-3s, melatonin, and anti-inflammatory polyphenols. Reduce blue light exposure after 8 p.m. Read a physical book, stretch gently, or listen to calming music. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep in a cool, dark room. Try legs up the wall pose for 5 minutes before sleep to improve circulation and calm the nervous system. Michael, age 71, started this vitality schedule after years of sleeping poorly and feeling sluggish by 2 p.m. Within 3 weeks, he fell asleep faster, stayed asleep. His morning stiffness improved, his mental fog lifted, and his mood stabilized. "It's the first time I felt like my day wasn't dragging me," he said. "I was leading it. This blueprint works because it honors biology. Simplicity plus consistency equals transformation. If the daily habits gave you the blueprint, then this is about turning that daily rhythm into a lifelong melody, one you carry confidently into the years ahead. Feeling energized at 60 isn't a fluke. It's about strategy, intention, and honoring what your body needs. Let's design your vitality framework. Focus on 4 pillars: nutrition that supports hormones and blood flow, movement that builds testosterone, restorative sleep, and mental energy with purpose. For nutrition, prioritize healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, fatty fish, walnuts, and Brazil nuts. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, and arugula. Anti-inflammatory spices like turmeric, ginger, and garlic. And 2 to 3 liters of water daily with electrolytes. Reduce processed sugar, excess alcohol, trans fats, and refined carbs. Eat foods that make you feel alive. After 30 minutes, not sluggish. For movement, avoid excessive cardio that increases cortisol. Instead, do strength training 2 to 3 times per week. Walk 8,000 to 10,000 steps daily and stretch. Or do mobility work for 10 to 15 minutes every evening. Try short bursts of high-intensity interval training if you're able. Think of movement as medicine schedule, it like a doctor's appointment. For sleep, go to bed and wake up at the same time. Avoid screens after 8:30 p.m. Keep your bedroom cool and aim for 7 to 8 hours. Take a short morning walk before breakfast to anchor your circadian clock. For mental energy practice, mental stillness with meditation prayer, or 10 minutes of mindful breathing, stay socially engaged and keep learning through reading podcasts or classes. The brain thrives on novelty and nourishment. Keep feeding it both. Track your progress monthly: morning energy, sleep quality, libido, focus, joint stiffness, and optionally waist circumference. If these improve, your plan is working. Create a weekly routine. Monday, strength training and Brazil nut morning. Tuesday, long walk meditation and pistachios midday. Wednesday, resistance bands, breathwork, and walnuts evening. Thursday, upper body strength, red meat and pistachios. Friday, light cardio and social engagement. Saturday, hike, bike, or dance class with a treat meal. Sunday, review week and gratitude journaling. Start simple. Even 60% adherence leads to massive gains. Robert, age 73, a retired attorney, spent 8 years feeling his best days were behind him. After 3 months of this plan, he had more morning energy, fewer naps, more walking, libido returned unexpectedly, and lost 6 pounds around the midsection. His wife said, "You're smiling more. What made the difference?" Consistency, nuts, movement, sleep, and choosing to live on purpose. If you miss a day, nothing breaks, just resume. Stick to 1 Brazil nut, 20 to 30 pistachios, and 7 to 9 walnuts daily. Whole foods come first, but vitamin D3, magnesium, glycinate, omega-3s, and zinc are good additions if tested low. Many men report improved erectile function within 4 to 6 weeks due to better circulation, hormonal support, and energy. Most feel changes in sleep energy and clarity in 7 to 14 days, with hormonal shifts in 30 to 60 days. You're not just trying to survive aging, you're here to thrive through it. Live each day like your body matters. Because it does. Let's pause for a moment, not just to reflect, but to celebrate. You've come this far not just through the minutes of a message, but through decades of living, learning, striving, and adapting. That's something a pill can't teach. That's something a supplement can't replace. Because real vitality, the kind that lifts your morning energy, restores your passion, sharpens your memory, and puts a twinkle back in your eyes, doesn't begin in a bottle. It begins with you. It begins when a man over 60 decides he is not finished, not slowing down, not shrinking away, but rising up. That's what this journey has been about. You understand how energy, strength, and performance after 60 are not lost, they're mismanaged, and they can be restored with the right daily rituals. You've met the 3 mighty allies in your kitchen: walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, not as miracle cures, but as natural tools to support circulation, hormones, and recovery. You've seen how simple adjustments like starting your morning with selenium-rich Brazil nuts, fueling your midday with pistachios for blood flow, and winding down with omega-rich walnuts can unlock a new rhythm of strength. You've met men like John, Mark, David, Greg, and Michael. Not characters, but real men who took a small step and experienced a big change. You've mapped out a long-term plan, built on smart nutrition, restorative movement, restful sleep, and mental clarity. And most importantly, you've been reminded that aging is not decline, it is refinement. It is not the end of potential, it is the elevation of purpose. It is not the loss of power, it is the deepening of presence. So now the question shifts back to you. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you take action? Will you give yourself 30 days to feel the difference? Will you walk into your kitchen tomorrow, take 3 simple nuts in your hand and say, "Yes, I choose to fuel this body like it matters," because it does. A final note from me, not as a doctor, but as a man who has walked beside thousands of men on this path: you are not too old. You are not past your prime. You are not alone. You are right on time. And the best version of you, he's waiting. Not in some distant future, but in tomorrow's breakfast, in today's walk, in the way you greet your reflection tonight. It's been an honor to walk with you through this journey. If this message has resonated, if even one part felt like truth, then I invite you to do 3 small things that can lead to big change. Share this message with another man over 60 who may need it. A brother, a friend, a neighbor. Let him know his story isn't over. Subscribe to this channel. Join a community where age is a strength, not a sentence. Where we grow sharper, wiser, and stronger together. And most importantly, act today. Eat the nuts, take the walk, go to bed on time, smile more, live more, love longer. You're not chasing youth. You're embracing you. And that is what real strength looks like. Thank you for being part of this journey. And I'll see you in the next video with more tips, insights, and inspiration to help you live with purpose, health, and vitality at every age. Until then, stand tall, eat well, move gently, and never stop becoming. You've earned every step forward, and now it's yours to take.